Hello, Acres of Diamonds audience. Welcome back to Acres of Diamonds Daily Diamond number 65. I'm Scott Gibbs here with co-founder DJ Lagori and special guest Nelson Burke.
How we doing?
DJ, why the hell are we inviting this guy?
So so Nelson is a he's part of one of the mastermind groups right now, and he said something this week that might have been $1 million term. It might have been, he said it, and I think all of us immediately looked down and started writing it, and it makes total sense. It's visually appealing, it's visually understanding to comprehend. And do you want me to say it, or do you want Nelson to introduce it?
Well, yeah, Nelson, why don't you lead into actually what you were sharing with us and then how you thought about it?
Mhm.
So during our mentorship group, during our time we spent this evening, I just listened to responses from those in the group. Something sparked in my head about just the snowballing effect we get into with negative thoughts in our head and kind of getting down on ourselves and letting one negative incident or whatever it may be in our lives kind of snowballing and kind of ruining our days and ruining our progress, whether it be during the day, during a task, throughout the week. And the concept that popped into my head is the concept of mental quicksand. Um, and I to break it down, like when you consider quicksand and the idea of quicksand, I think for the most part everybody knows that when you get into quicksand, the harder that you try to work to get out of it, the more you sink and the more you struggle, and the more it sucks you down into that hole. And really the actual way to get out of quicksand is to relax and to stop moving and to take a deep breath and let your body relax, and eventually you will float to the top just based off density of your body. So when we relate that back to our thoughts and that snowballing effect, sometimes no matter how hard we try, we can't get out of it. No matter how hard we try, we just dig ourselves a deeper hole. We keep getting harder and harder on ourselves. We keep being negative on ourselves, and it puts us in a hole that's even harder to get out of. So I think the concept of approaching your thoughts like quicksand and taking a deep breath and relaxing and just taking yourself out of it and letting yourself come out of that hole.
DJ, we've talked a lot about different strategies to get out of the mental quicksand. Of course, we didn't know we were talking about mental quicksand at the time, but so you've recently started meditating. Would you think about meditation the way Nelson just talked about, relaxing and kind of letting go? And like, how do you view that?
Yeah, it's meditation it's a form of complete, like the term that I like to use now, it's the internal reset. It's an opportunity to really take everything that's going on up here, whether it's really good or whether it's really bad, and just kind of mute it out for X amount of time. And so what I've realized was some of the times when I do have these moments to really stop and to really, to Nelson's point, stop working so hard and just kind of calm your whole self down, calm your thoughts down, calm your heart rate down, your breathing, all of that, you can almost put yourself to sleep. That you literally can calm yourself into a state of where you almost feel totally present in where you are. You're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future. And that's something that we talked about tonight that increases our anxiety and our stress. Is we're remembering the things that we should have done better, and then we're projecting the things that might stress us out in the future. And so it's this meditation and this mental quicksand, it's an opportunity to slow down. And I feel like that's something that we talk about a lot, and I know that previous mastermind members have said that a big value of getting in a group and talking about things is it slows your thinking down about your life, and you get to realize that other people are struggling with things that you are as well. And so I think when Nell said the mental quicksand, it immediately stopped everything. And you got to think, it's like, all right, there's some thoughts that hurt me, and yet we then think, why am I thinking this? All right, why am I thinking that? Why am I thinking that? And so now you're trying hard to get out of that quicksand when you just keep sinking deeper, when really the solution to that is to completely stop, relax, assess the situation, and then slowly shift your energy to a better place. So when he said that, I was like, holy shit. That is pretty good.
Yeah, it was a really good visual for me too. I remember reading, I don't know if it's Thomas Edison or Thomas Watson or Einstein, but one of these great thinkers started realizing that their ideas really sped up when they slowed down. So what he would do is he would sit down in his favorite chair and close his eyes and he'd start meditating and he'd have a big steel ball in his hands. And eventually, to DJ's point, he'd fall asleep.
Mhm.
And then when he fell asleep, the ball would fall out of his hands onto the ground and he'd wake up. And as soon as he'd wake up, he'd write down whatever was in his mind at that point. And that's where his creativity came from. His creativity came from slowing down, like realizing he was in the quicksand, slowing down through a meditative process, and then allowing creativity to reignite within him by slowing down. And there's actually a book written by Daniel Kahneman, this great psychologist. It's called Going Fast by Slowing Down.
Wow. Or
Slow Down to Go Faster or something like that. So really good book. So really similar to what you're talking about, Nelson. So Nelson, wonderful observation. DJ was right. I watched the group when you said it and we were all like, whoa.
It was the same reaction when it popped into my head. It was kind of just something clicked.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for getting together on short notice. That is Ignorance Diamonds Daily Diamond number 65 with DJ Ligori, Nelson Burke, and Scott Gibbs. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great night.
Thank you.